That's good. Oh, sorry.
All right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna get started. It is past our time. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you all this morning. We're going to go ahead and get started with our June regional start meeting. If you can hear me, clap one time. If you can hear me real good, clap twice. All right, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This morning, if you would do me a favor, make sure you sign in. If you have not already signed in, make sure you do that. If you need Spanish translation, our interpreters are in the back. Wave your hand, Carlos and Carmen. You can go ahead and get your ear devices and you can hear the meeting in both Spanish and English. Okay, next slide. Woo.
Where's the?
We are recording, so just as you know, you can see us. We have our little owl friend right here. So we are recording our sessions this morning. So you're gonna be on camera. Yes, 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 yes. So we are in process of that now. So our agenda is going to be impacted today. Today, we have a lot going on and it's going to be intensive. We're going to have our review. And then one of our main things is we're going to have our best start table talk. And that time is going to be the majority of our time. So get comfortable. We're going to also go through build a data sculpture with David. And it's going to be interactive and fun. And then we're going to share some learning opportunities that we have coming up, as well as our best start showcase video that we're excited to show you what we have done for the last 6 to 7 months. And then our welcome committee is going to be passing out our welcome kits. And we have some best start learning things going on and announcements. So what is our desire for the end of our meeting today? Really what we want to make sure is that we continue building our community networking. We want to make sure we are able to engage our community. We need a clear understanding. So when you leave here today, you'll have a better understanding of Best Start and what our initiative is, as well as a clear understanding of our partnership. You are the partnership and what our objective and goals are. And we will have gained clarity and boosting awareness of data collection. After we build our data sculpture, it's a creative way to understand how to use data, how data tells a story, and how you'll be able to share that data information when you're talking about Best Start. So I'm going to ask Ms. Denise to come, and she's going to read our meeting agreements for us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's see. First, be punctual, and you all are very good at that, I can see. Stay present and engaged and on topic. Put the focus on the future. Be authentic, be yourself. One person speaks at a time. Agree to disagree respectfully. Finish your sentence, not your paragraph. Step up, step back. Exercise confidentiality when necessary. Be patient and open to the technology. That's a good one for me. Keep your video on if possible for those of you that are online with us. Assume positive intentions. A rainy day will make flowers. Separate person from the role. Be creative and most importantly, have fun.
Thank you so much. So we're going to go over what we discussed at our last regional meeting and our topics. What did we cover in the month of May? One of the things that we did, we reviewed our Best Start CCA goals, objectives, and strategies. What are we focusing on? What is the outline in our objective? Then we conducted our Best Start table talk sessions where we had scenarios where each table went about and shared how they would go about introducing Best Start and its goals to someone that they met. Maybe a stranger, someone asked you what Best Start is. So we went through that table talk to find out, do we have a clear understanding of our Best Start initiative, what Best Start is, what is our CPA, what are our goals, and what we do and don't do. And that was very interesting. That's why we're gonna continue having our Best Start table talk. Then we did our Best Start committees, reported out and passed our partnership applications. So if you have not signed the application, please make sure you do that today to become a part of our Best Start. Those are the objectives that we covered last week. Now I'm going to turn this over to Carla, Javier, and our facilitators day. Okay, come on, Javier.
Oh, hey.
Hey, well, and you too, Ms. Day, because we did have something going on that we wanted to do, and these are part of our partnerships. Carla, you should come because this was during the time that, during the meeting that we had this initially. And I know she looks so beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry. She's so wonderful. But I'm gonna turn this over to Carla because this was during the group time, a meeting, her committee, and we came up with this Best Start tabletop. What is Best Start AV and what is our objectives?
Yeah, we are the Best Start Policy Committee. That's us. Anyone who wants to join, we're a very fun club. No, we're not a club, we're a committee. But no, for real, so if you guys would like to get involved with the policy committee, go ahead and email me or just, I'll be sitting in the back. You can let me know and we can make sure to, send you the meeting invite for the next meeting. But in our last policy committee, we had a very fruitful conversation around what is Best Start? Who does Best Start serve and what are we as a community trying to achieve through Best Start? This conversation for me was like, whoa, once we got it, just making a plan and really digging deep into the work, it just seemed like so easy, right? Because we were focused, we knew the target, and we knew what we were trying to accomplish. But we want to make sure that this is something we can do together as a partnership, right? And so if you were here at the last partnership meeting, the conversation was also around what is Best Start. I know I wasn't here at that meeting, but what I heard was that we were a little bit off target, right? With really defining who is Best Start and what is Best Start doing in the community. And so, again, we invited Javier and Ms. Day, who have been participating in the policy committee to lead us in this activity today. Again, we want to make sure that we are hitting the target on what is Best Start, who is Best Start. Okay, so I'm gonna hand it over to Javier.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
I call it a belt. I have kids, so I'm on touch. Who can name that cartoon? Yes, we gonna reprise her. That was great. Awesome. Well, I'm so thrilled to be working with my partner, and Day Youssef. Did I always put your last name? Did I say that correctly? You did. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to have table discussions, so get real close and comfortable with your partners at the table. Because our tables are a little light. This table looks full. Maybe, can I have, because I know Maya and Jan, so I can pick on them. Would you guys fill in a table over here? Awesome. And just because, what's your name who knows my cartoon?
That's Flora.
Flora? Hey, Flora. I feel like I should know Flora. Oh, Flora, hey, girl, hey. My bad. If you can fill in another table so we can just have a really robust conversation. Good, awesome. There's a toy. Oh, there's a toy on the floor?
No,
No?
get your purse off the floor.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a purse, not a computer bag. Oh, yes.
That part too. Don't put your purse on the floor, okay? All right, thank you so much for your willingness to reorganize and get in another table so we can have a robust conversation. Let's just make sure, is this seat open? Yeah? Okay, awesome. And someone, can someone help me, the woman in the back with the Empower Her shirt on? What is her name?
Ms. Nancy?
Nancy, I made that shirt. I'm so happy to see you in the shirt. Yeah. I made that shirt. I did it. That's what I mean. Okay.
Y dice que ella la hizo.
Okay, y'all just made my day. All right, okay, we are good to go. We have a very robust group now. All right, so we're gonna start off with a list of questions, and do not be shy. Make sure you introduce yourself. So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to a minute to introduce yourself to each one at the table, so you can be friends real quick. No.
There's a lot of noise, but sorry about that.
All right.
And I did put, everyone has the worksheet on their desk.
So
On their table.
this-
Yeah, everyone has it.
Okay, great. Did everybody? Oh, yeah. Or you can work on your Spanish.
See, I'm not gonna go.
You can work on your Spanish, that's awesome.
Your name? My name is I said. That's what I say when I get this back. I got one.
Okay, awesome. I just love it when our plans come together. Okay, at your table, you have these beautiful, colorful flyers, right? So this is where our discussion is going to start, this beautiful, colorful flyer. Question number 1, who is first 5? I mean, yeah, who is first 5? Who is first 5? Amongst your table, please discuss, who do you think first 5 is? First 5 LA. Additional fact, there's a first 5 California, first 5 Ventura, San Bernardino, Bakersfield. There's first 5s everywhere.
I think one of the questions. When you think about it. Oh, you don't know, that's an identity that I have a lot of like. Yeah. I think I miss and keep it out. Okay. So that's a little track of it, because that's an understanding of now, so you fit here because all the different.
Can I get 3 minutes on the clock? Can someone give me 3 minutes? Because at that point, after 3 minutes, you will go around to the tables to get your discussion points. Who first 5 is?
Well, I'm glad you made it today, though. I think that's just, you might not always want to.
Careful. All of that. Be careful.
Okay, no, I just doing
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have my number. Your direct number, I do not have.
Okay, crew, the new people walking into the room, Miss Kelly, Timmons. Go on and join the table.
Estamos a Tenemos en la tarde.
All right, so our time is up, so we're gonna go by table for your table to share. Food. It's first five, LA, your turn, Jay.
So we made it short and sweet. We said,
Hold on. If you are an adult and you can hear my voice, clap one. If you're an adult, you can hear my voice, clap 3 times. Oh, thank you for my round of applause. I appreciate it.
so we, the way we see First Five is an umbrella that offers the funding to support child services direct programs for 0 to 5 years.
And that's a mic drop. Boom. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna come to this table who, I just wanna give a shout out, they finished for everyone else, no shade to everyone else.
Hi, good morning. So we actually kind of the same thing with, the other table said, it's the main agency that is funded federally to provide to other agencies like this, organization.
And what do you do? Cause it sounds like you need a job.
I do, is anybody hiring?
Oh, you said that so well. I was like,
today.
what's your name?
Gloria.
Gloria, okay. Gloria, what type of job you looking for?
Anything? I mean, a big thing, specialist, a case worker, I mean, all this.
Are you bilingual?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Okay, this table here.
It's a resource center for families with children ages 0 through 5, located in the LA County area. They work with residents and community organizations that serve families with children to build a network in the community to better serve our families and children.
Okay. Now, we're superficial with that one. Last, but certainly not least, pulling up the rear, Maid of Queens, come through. Who is First Five LA?
So it's pretty much a funder that provides the money for the grantees, and Best Start is, well, the Indiana Thermal Valley with the, Children's Barrel.
Great job, everyone, great job, give yourself a round of applause. Okay, here's a big one, and because you guys have had previous practice, if you attended the May meeting, here's your next table discussion. Who is the community that Best Start AD is committed to uplifting the needs of? You will get 3 to 5 minutes, and I want you to get detailed, I want you to get very creative. Who is the community that Best Start AD is committed to uplifting the needs of? Basically, who is Best Start serving? Why did Best Start come together? What part of the community is Best Start trying to serve? I'm gonna add efficiency, because we might think that that start kind of bleeds over to somebody, but who are they committed to serve efficiency? What's their main purpose? All right, efficiently, main purpose. Why are we all here? I will give you bonus points if you can identify, in addition to who they are focused on, what are some of the activities they have done in support of that? But I'll come to you guys first, okay? Since y'all was done, looks like you're done already, okay? I'm gonna come to y'all first. So. Raise your hand if your group is done with discussing. Who else is done? You're done? Okay, 2 groups are done. Oh. Is this table done too?
Yeah, we're still talking.
Okay, I love talking, keep talking. I'm sorry. What about this table over here? Almost there, okay, all right, looking good, y'all, looking good. Remember, bonus points, if you can identify the programs that best start, or trainings best start at that support the community they are focused on.
I know these are in it, home, but these are not, that's the way. Yes.
So we have to say in.
That's smart.
All right, we are going to wrap it up. I'm gonna start with the table and finish. Who is my designated speaker?
Also,
Yeah, yes. Para los 0 a 5 años de edad, para que tengan un buen comienzo, y informen su pirámide, para construir para adelante.
So bedtime, first, and intermediate children 0 to 5, so they can have a good beginning and they can continue to build off it.
You did that perfectly. All right, so I think this table, go ahead.
So, for us, it's us, the advocates, the community, the residents that Let's Start serves to provide resources for families in the community.
Okay, I love it. Who's next? This table. Okay, all right. You spoke last time. Okay, cause you know, I love to select new people. Families with children aged 0 to 5 that are experiencing lack of food deserts. We provide mental health information for families that live in rural areas like Little Rock and Pear Blossom. Best Start provides trauma training, 0 to 3, nonviolent parenting training, pregnancy, nutrition, doula training, empowering educators.
baby sign language, and policy change and leadership, mental health fairs, and travel to rural areas such as Little Rock.
All right, thank you.
So for us, Vesta provides support for the Antelope Valley, for guardians, organizations, residents that have, 0 to 5 children for successful outcomes.
Okay, I love it. Thank you everyone for your feedback. So in a very broad stroke of this, Best Start serves the ecosystem. Ecosystem means all entities associated with children 0 to 5. That would be families who actually have children 0 to 5. Daycare, preschool, early education providers who service 0 to 5. Community-based organizations who provide services to families at 0 to 5. So any person who has any interactions with 0 to 5 could be highlighted and emphasized in the work at Best Start. Because the goal is to increase the overall well-being of children and families 0 to 5. Is it 0 to 10?
No.
0 to 22?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, is it, do we focus on probation kids, because they need help too?
No.
We do not. Now, although probation kids do need help and youth like that, Best Start is focused on 0 to 5. How about, this is tricky, foster youth?
If there's 0 to 5.
If they, look at that, if there's 0 to 5, what if there's a foster parent, I think they call them resource parents now. They have a home with 6 kids, 2 of them are 0 to 5, 2 are 13, and 1 is 10. Will we help that family? Will there be support? Is there a space for them? Okay, what if you are a daycare provider? Is Best Start for you?
Yes.
Who are my daycare providers? Only one today? You do? What's for you, mom? Okay. Daycare providers are essential. Okay, all right, so what if, okay, here's a tricky one. I run an organization. I don't have children 0 to 5. I have 5 children, so maybe it's 0 to 5 children. I got that. Yeah, okay. We do not provide any services like childcare services or things like that. But we service families with advocacy support who might have children 0 to 5. Would we be here in Best Start?
Yes.
I mean, that's probably why I'm here. So that was a really good question. Okay, good job. Do you have another example to test out if they know if they should be in Best Start?
So all my kids are grown. And I have 22 of them. I had 4, but I have 22 kids. All of them are grown. So why am I here? Okay, but as a resident and a community partner, why am I here?
You could be a, you can also, let other families know about this program. So you're also.
Do you have any grandchildren?
Go ahead.
Just your organization service?
So yeah, before we get to the organization, I'm just talking about me as an individual.
Okay.
Yes,
I know you're a grandma.
I am a grandmother. So out of those 22 children, I have I have 6 children and they're all 5 and under. So as a grandparent, I can, that service flows through me. Now, as my organization, we service, primarily orphans. And we have orphans of all ages, but we also have orphans that have children.
0 to 5.
0 to 5.
So here's another quick question. So what if, someone focused on school-age children? Kindergarten on up. Are they a part of the Best Start ecosystem?
Yes.
Kindergarten on up? Okay, but what if they're first grade on up?
No, if you have a sibling, that's 0 to 5.
But if we just focus on just the school age,
No, we can refer them out.
refer them out, but we're actually gonna, so that kind of like leads us into our next conversation. So here's the next one. What is your identity in this community of 0 to 5? So I like to say the lens, we look at things through the lens of 0 to 5. We just said this whole ecosystem, Best Start, is all about children 0 to 5. So who are you in this ecosystem of 0 to 5? As I mentioned, I don't have children 0 to 5. I have 5 children, okay? But I am an organizational leader who services family members, families who have children 0 to 5 influx. So who in your groups, please discuss what is your identity in this ecosystem? Let's put 3 minutes on the clock. Mustard on the top. What is your identity? If you hold multiple identities, feel free to share that.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I have children around me. I know families.
Also have to follow to it and so that they can everybody is educated.
I consider myself a network marketing provider. I am a parent, but we are not. But I do work out. I know everybody. Resource for the parents are. I'm at.
Right on the same book. I am reading just so I can, writer, having awareness about drugs, especially with the. So, little, like, so that's how I finish.
So as and we're one of the 12 parents but they're going to be that's what we so that's how we get
Okay. Welcome back into the space. Let me finish first. I was running my mouth. Okay. All right, who would like to present? You want to present the focus? All right, Odessa. Work for me, make sure you do your job. No pressure, no pressure.
So our table are childcare provider, grandmother, advocate specialist, cultural broker, Medicaid. I think that's, no, let the writer do it. Event coordinator, nonprofit to serve children 0 to 5. Another childcare provider, nutritionist, who focuses on pregnancy, nutrition, 0 to 5, 0 to 3, growing brain, and baby science independent contractor.
Okay, so this table is all through the ecosystem, I love it. Sarah, are you ready for your table?
Hola, mi nombre es Irma Torres. Yo soy voluntaria de las primarias, secundaria y preparatoria. Me gusta estar involucrada en la comunidad y aprender más para informar a las personas de la comunidad sobre recursos. Gracias.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Omar. I am volunteer for elementary, junior high and high school, but I like to give resources to the community.
Does she volunteer with high school kids? How many of us got high school kids who can send to her? Okay, what table? Who's the spokesperson right here? Ted, right here.
Yeah.
We don't test her.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Our table is mostly parents with children 0 to 5. And I said, I don't have children with 0 to 5 anymore. My kids are grown up. But it used to be, that's why I'm here, is I'm paying back the community of what they help me with my kids. Because they help me raise them up. Like, not raise them up, or, just raise them up, like raise them up good people.
We call that a community champion. We are pretty special here.
Thank you. Our table here, the majority of us are direct service network providers that advocate for children 0 to 5. And some of us are parents, but our children may not necessarily be 0 to 5.
It's okay, mommy. Thank you. Okay, so now that we have every table went, right? Now that we have our identity in this work, right? I just want you to branch out for a little bit. How many people do you know who could be a part of this ecosystem? How many, let's throw out a number. How many more people do you know who could be a part of this ecosystem? How many?
More than 15.
More than 15. Do you want to invite them next time?
I do, and I try to get them.
And what do you feel like is a barrier that prevents people from coming and being part of the party?
I think it has to, you yourself as a parent need to have that, the importance of what's in your community. And if they don't have that, they don't have that drive, you can tell and tell them and that won't happen.
So who can tell me, I'm someone, okay, this is, I'm just rolling off the cuff right here. I'm someone who probably should be a part of the Best Start ecosystem, but I'm not telling you today, right now. Well, what is your sales pitch to me? Why I should be here? Who has a sales pitch that would ideally convince me to be a part of Best Start? Oh. Who has a sales pitch? What's in it for them?
I don't have a sales pitch, but a lot of people that I know, because I have a large network of people I know, they work. And so they don't have the opportunity to come on those days and hours. But the network of people that I do know are available if there's a project, if there's donation, if there's anything that needs to be done, I can call them, email them, and they say, hey, what do you need? So I think that's a second support system, that if we all say we don't have a lot of people that we know can come to the meeting, but we can take that information back to our neighbors, to our friends, to the community of people that we know, even if it's on social media, and say, hey, this is what we're doing here, this is what we're offering. You might not be able to show up to the meetings, but let me give you a quick snapshot of what we talked about today. What are the services we're offering, so that you can share it? Because if I share it with 10 people and each one of those people share it with 10, 15 people, the word gets out. And that's generally what's going on here in the desert, is most people do not know what goes on here. And they don't have access to the information, but we as a community, this 20, 30 people in here, if each one of us tell 10 or 15 people, all of us know 10 or 15 people. And everybody's not available to come on a Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. They don't have transportation, or they're working. 99% of the people I know are working. They can't come. But I do take the time out when I get home to share the information of what happened, let them know what's going on. I send out all the emails with events, flyers, everything, to let people know what's going on. I tag everybody that is pertinent to the information, and I try to make sure, and that's all we can do is our part. And if we all really, really take the time to do that, it will be shared.
So I heard something. I heard a possible time shift, right? I heard a possible time shift, so maybe once every couple of months or something, how about we do, instead of having a breakfast spread or continental breakfast, having something in the evening
Or Saturday.
or Saturday, right? I'm gonna tell you, I was PTA, if you feed them, they will come. But you know, maybe once, like I said, maybe once a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have it in the evening, so that those very people that are probably prime and missing in this region here, for us to be able to connect with them.
Right. I would like to add, that was one of my points, making sure Best Start is listening. We're listening. So it is listening that there might need to be a shift in time change or even days. The other thing I wanted to add on is, it's beautiful that you have a community, a village of people ready to activate. But Best Start also asks for feedback from the community. So that is why it's also at times important for everyone else to be present, to give feedback on initiatives, focus, priorities. We need to literally hear from the masses. If you were here last week when I presented, it is super important that we are community centered. This community has to be present to give their feedback in order for Best Start and many of the initiatives in the Antelope Valley to move forward in a way that's authentic to the actual community. When community does not show up at times when there needs to be feedback, then things are designed that might not work for this community.
Absolutely.
Because the community wasn't present.
Yes.
Okay? My experience as having children, past 0 to 5, but going through 0 to 5, I had 3 under 5 at one time. You know, 3 under 3, actually. It was rough, but now they good, and they just made a little tribe, and they just keep each other company, okay? So my experience, as a parent of children that little might be different from someone else. So even recognizing that just because you might have a child 0 to 5, the experiences are going to be way different. And so the more we have diverse experiences, perspectives, and contexts in the room, the more we are creating trainings, programs, networks that will be super inclusive. Because someone who might have a special needs child is going to be different than a parent who has a child that they will typically call atypical or neurodivergent. There's so many unique qualities of children. Let's just say that there are so many unique qualities of children that we want to make sure that we hear the perspective of all those families and service providers who are servicing that unique need.
Well, what I have also found for myself that I've taken the initiative to do is I don't have a special needs child. I don't have a deaf child. I don't have a bilingual child, but I've made myself available to those groups by joining a lot of their social media groups, making myself available, going to some of their events, getting to know their coordinators. So in the event I come across a family or a child that has special needs, I say, hey, I got something for you. I've had people call and say, well, I have a special needs child that wants to play baseball or soccer or football or go on an activity. Can you help me? I'm new to the valley, or I've been here 10 years and don't know there's anything available. There's a whole football team in Palmdale. There's an after-school program in Little Rock. There's a lot of things, but we have to sometimes step out of our comfort zone and say, if our advocacy is really for the children, it's for all children. It just can't be for the children we identify with. There has to be, we have to know about the activities for the deaf children, know about for the special needs, know about for the bilingual, know about for the unhoused. There's a whole group of things for children that are homeless. And we need to know that. And that will connect us with other people so that we can make all of those connections. Cause I was at an event with her on Sunday, and we were running around because people were asking me certain questions. I never say I don't know the answer. I'm gonna go run and get the person that I know, and I'm running across the park because I knew that the different resources were there. I didn't have them, but the people were there. But that would have been possible without me taking the time out to make the connections with the people and developing relationships with the people. And I think that is a starting point, but we have to take the information out, and it's up to us to develop those relationships. People will call you and trust you if they know who you are. And they'll say, hey, Tess knows somebody, Darrell knows somebody. I might not know, but I can call Miss J. She knows somebody that can help me. And that all starts by us developing relations with other people, so that when I see you at Costco and Walmart, you can say, oh, that's Miss Kelly, she'll know. Or I can say, oh, that's Miss Tess, she don't know exactly who I need to call. But if we keep just passing each other and not ever talking, we won't develop those relationships. And I think that's key to this community, building relationships.
You get a job?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I want another.
Oh, like community liaison,
I'm just waiting for somebody to get the
ambassador.
right offer.
Okay, y'all hear that, right? For those who run organizations.
So I agree with that, but it's not really a but, just an and. It is the fact that sometimes people need to be present into the situation, and that shifting of time. I've had an experience with, I made a suggestion to a pastor that has had the same event for 6 years now. This is the 6th year. And I use my PTA thing because I'm serious, y'all. For PTA, I was over all the PTAs in Antelope Valley. I have been the only president that had a full, everybody came, because I fed them. So, I suggested to her, I said, change the date, because it was on a Saturday. She would meet every Saturday. I said, change the date where there's no Bible study and they gotta get up and go to church tomorrow.
Right.
It was a Tuesday evening.
Right.
I got my chef to cook them food, which is also my son, but I chef to cook them food. Full house. You know what happened there? Everybody understood what everybody else was doing, and now we have an actual, this is gonna be one of the best unity, community resource events that she's ever had. And that's because all of the parties were in the same room at the same time. There wasn't a disparity of information, it was a one-on-one of information.
Right.
All right. Okay, so, because our time's wrapping up, here's the last thing, and here's what I want you to do. Find a sheet of paper, one person, designated letter, because you're gonna turn this in.
Yeah.
3 minutes on the clock. What's it gonna be? You know what I'm talking about the paper? What do you feel or did feel is needed when seeing children 0 to 5? So you're not gonna share this out loud, but in your groups, you're gonna create a list. What do you think is needed here in the AD? What is needed for 0 to 5? What is needed 0 to 5? Dream big, dream wide, dream deep. 0 to 5. Resources, services.
So Ms. Fabian, are you also talking about like what's missing or what, maybe there's a conduit for, we have this, we have that, and we need a bridge?
Yes, whatever you think is needed, put it on the list. We're gonna collect that list. That paper should be filled up, no pressure.
Dream big.
I dream real big. I just wanna say this out loud for the record, if I come to one more Best Start event and I don't get a Best Start shirt. We gonna be fighting.
Vamos a ver.
I want one too.
Vamos a ver. It sounds worse in Spanish.
You said it in Spanish. You don't need to. If you complete your sheet or you feel like you have presented enough, please raise your paper in the air. And that's how we can finally pick it up and we will, when the time is up, we will move on to the next activity.
Sorry.
All right. This exercise is coming to an end. So we have anyone who is ready to turn in their.
Oh, yeah, wondering.
We got, well, we're just gonna turn in our sheet because our time is up. And we're gonna collect all that and we're gonna give it to Best Star's team so that we're compiling a list of data, because any information with data. And I don't know who keeps, no, yeah, I'm a data. I heard that and I'm like, I'm sorry. So you're data. Yeah. I should make sure that, but I should make sure there's data. Okay, so that we can make sure that we stay on time and honor everyone's time. Do we have the sheet of all the resources? Okay, I'd like to select them and next on the agenda. I'm gonna get back off to the data maintenance, no.
Our data people.
Our data debonair.
Yeah.
What's the good word?
Data debonair. So, come on, did you all, just quickly, just to recap, how many of you got something from our table talk discussions? Did you learn something that you didn't know before? Did you get something that you can take away now as adding to your understanding of who we are as Best Star? Yes? Yes, okay, great, awesome, blossom. So we're gonna collect those papers. We're gonna move on right now. David is going to come and he's going to explain our next one. David is going to come now with our data sculpture. I did this with David during one of his committee meetings and it was so awesome. And understanding communication and the critical thinking about data. How many understand data and just fall in love with data? Raise your hand. Don't lie. 3 people. You notice I didn't raise my hand, right? I took statistics in college because I had to, and I took it 3 times before I passed, okay? But David made data so fun and engaging. He got me to he's the one that I attribute to my understanding data and how data is a storyteller and how we all engage in data every day, whether we know it or not. So I'm gonna turn this over to David for this next exercise. I promise you're gonna enjoy it, I promise.
Thank you, Darrell. Now we better deliver, huh?
Yeah, you.
I'm all gassed up, you know. Anyways, so this is our data sculpture, for this, activity. What a data sculpture is, and I'm not sure why that's a blank screen, but there we go. All right, cool. So what we have right here is an example of what a data sculpture, is based off of. On your tables, you guys are gonna notice that you have a data sculpture sheet, just like this one. There's gonna be a data map right there. It's gonna be in English and Spanish. And on top of that, we're also gonna have notes there. So all of these 3 things, are there for you to, guide your data sculpture making. Because as you're gonna notice, you also have craft supplies in front of you. Some of you guys have lids right there, some of you have buckets. Everybody has a. All right, but anyways, this is just an example of what a data sculpture is gonna be. This right here is just gonna be extracting 2 data pieces. So on your data map, you're gonna notice a bunch of different visuals that you're gonna have on your infographics there. What we're gonna get is just 2 of them. So when your table as a group, you're going to be looking into this and discuss which 2 pieces of data, 2 individual data points. You're gonna be picking that speak to you, that you feel like are engaging to you, that mean something to you, that you can create a story with, and you're gonna put them onto your data sheet. So if we go to our next slide. The context behind this is that we want to start utilizing data as something that is collaborative. So if you guys have heard me up here before, I always try to mention something about bringing data back to you, to our Best Start membership, because ultimately this data, even though it's generalizing the Antelope Valley, is your data. We live in this community and this is our community data. So when we're looking at this, here's our instructions for this. At your table, there's gonna be a data sculpture sheet, / notes, your crafting supplies, and as a group, we're gonna utilize these data maps, we're gonna cut and paste those 3 data points. And we're gonna use our crafting supplies to create a sculpture. And right here, actually, I have examples of some of our data committees, previous work. So Ms. Kelly's laughing, but she doesn't know I'm gonna put her on the spot right now.
I think I would yawn.
All right. So Ms. Kelly, there's a little piece that fell off right there, but do you mind, kind of showing this one off to your group right there? Can you tell a story of what this data sculpture means to you?
I made a book, and my book was of I picked a lion and a bird, and the reason why I picked the lion was because he was the first strain, and the bird because they were free, and it was, I like the fact that we as the people, thinking about Black and brown people, we have the freedom to make choices for ourselves and to be free, to be strong, to be expressive, and have no limits. The ceiling has been broken. We don't have to continue to stand behind what we can't do, but what we can do. And I want our children to know that they have that freedom to move forward, to be strong, to be free, to be courageous, and to do everything that they want to do with no limits. There are no more limits.
Thank you. And there's the story of Bessie.
Yes.
Yes.
It was Bessie Coleman and how she, was an aviator. And in that time, back in the 20s, she was allowed to do all those things. And she decided, I'm gonna do it anyway. She had the courage to take the education and classes. Someone had to help her. So there are people out there who do extend the olive branch and say, let me help you. We all needed help in the beginning, but once she got that help, she took off. And she became an aviator, and I applaud women who take the courage to step out, break that glass ceiling, and do things that men and other people say you cannot do. We can do anything.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. So that's just a single example. I know that we have other ones. Denise is here, she has one, Tess also has one. But what this hopefully aims to do is just get a creative way of getting you to think about how data is accessible. Because a lot of times it looks like within these infographics, it can be kind of complicated, or maybe a lot, and it just maybe either doesn't catch people's eye, maybe it's a little bit overwhelming, or potentially you just don't have time to look through it. So this is just a way to make data accessible to you, accessible to your peers, in a way that leverages your perspectives in communicating the story of your community. So these are the instructions. If you can go to the next slide. Here's an example of role. So within your group, you're going to be able to discuss the data, look through it. We're going to give you guys some time to go through the data and get your data points as a group. And as a group, we're going to want a sculpture that carries the perspective of everyone within it. And now I don't expect everybody to be, putting a terrible amount of effort or thought into it. We want you to just think with your hands, really, on this exercise. So the way that we're gonna do that is that we're gonna capture that vision with roles. So we're gonna have our sculptures, we're gonna have a scribe who captures the purpose or the vision of this. And as a group, we're gonna discuss something that brings that to life. So if you guys are ready, we can actually go ahead and get started.
Okay. You need me to go to the next slide?
Okay. So you guys are gonna get around like 5 minutes to discuss if you can, as a group. Oh, no, we just needed one. For this one.
We don't, if we could just share.
So just one, yes, everyone's gonna have different data. We have our health one, our education one, and our environmental. Yes.
can read through it. Everyone, so we have a 10 minute time to read through it, and then another 10 minutes to, you know.
Only one person.
Yeah. 10 minutes to talk, 10 minutes
You wanna send it to us, right?
Give them like.
You have to learn through.
I read it in Spanish, I was like, that's really good. That helped me, places. And then you said
And then you want to be like that is.
All right, so 5 minutes past five, you guys have discussed with your group, you guys can go ahead and start creating your sculpture. If you haven't already, at the end of it, remember that we're all gonna share out.
It's your hand. Busy.
Sorry, we just, we're trying to figure out what we're finding.
You pass it in the sense of having it with no, the other side, the other side. You sell it, but it's living in the space.
No, I'm watching it, trying to figure it out, pass the pocket part, pass the pocket part.
It's not a trip. It's
Nothing we've ever heard.
It's not.
Just put it on the.
Yeah. You know, the forest. It's
Common, it's common.
So did you take it to me?
Hopefully every day.
So now the time you are.
I thought we were paying, right? That's why I there.
Yeah. I get it, I just didn't get it.
I was hoping. Let's see, I have, let's see, like.
Yeah. So we.
You can go on the blue. I'm not even on it. It's already my cut. For when I'm there. Oh, it has stuff.
Yeah, I don't know my things. All that extra.
Yeah.
My very.
Okay, so just 5 minutes left. We're gonna have 5 minutes left for our sculpture, so we're gonna wrap it up and we can discuss, in groups.
Please be careful.
And you're not excited.
These are splash pads.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Another tree.
And then pump. You're showing pump in there. So you would drop it along there. I have little. I gotta be inclusive. If there are people who are dogging. We're gonna ask the areas who are have been to take their animals, like. Yeah. It's gonna get the. You'll understand. Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me? Yeah, she's laughing with you.
Can anybody hear me? Everybody?
Yes.
Can any adults clap once? Adults clap twice? Thank you so much, guys. Tommy did that earlier, and now I feel empowered to do that too. I've always wanted to do that. But anyways, I was just wanted to let you guys know that the sculpture time has ended, so if you guys are working on that one, wrap it up. I'm gonna give you guys like 2 minutes to have our scribes write down what was the vision, the purpose, and then we're gonna get ready to share out. Is that okay? Alright.
Would you like to share and scribe and? And I can straight for you.
This is what I wrote.
How about, yeah. How's work? Go down there this afternoon?
Yeah.
All right, so those 2 minutes passed up, hopefully our strategy finished. Should I turn the clap one thing again?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Now clap twice if you can hear me. Clap 3 times? Oh, giddy for that. Anyways, is anybody ready to share out? I'd love to hear from our groups. All right, I'll start from here down and then we'll circle back, okay? All right. For our presenter.
We gotta get our sponsor. Okay. So our vision, our data structure is a park, and you'll see the slides, the children playing, the trees and everything else. And so our vision or our hope for the future is to acquire funding to purchase or lease property to build community parks. This means parks in the various communities and outlying areas to better serve the residents living there. Building several parks instead of just 1 or 2 large parks will give residents a place to take their children to play in their neighborhood instead of having to travel all the way across town. This would give families the opportunity to bond with others in their local community with plenty of shade and appropriate play gear and equipment for all ages. And our other one was environmental. This would also improve air quality and remove toxins from the air because of trees and plants that help to improve the quality of the air around us. Our point in doing this is it would help to alleviate the issues of transportation and the not in my neighborhood attitude. This is our park, go get your own park. So this would help alleviate some of that as well, giving community parks, just like they have community houses, we need community parks.
Thank you. All right, second table, our presenter test. And Gloria.
This is so embarrassing. I'm seeing everybody go through this all.
We choose health and nutrition. And, we need to eat nutritious food with balanced diet. That, so we don't have to be obese, like, like what we are seeing in our world right now. So we need to have a healthy mind and healthy body.
Thank you, thank you. And now for our third group, can I have our presenters?
So actually, we're just gonna say ditto. And you know what? You guys did an amazing job. Who's the artist over there? Who's the artist? Yeah, okay, thank you. Wonderful sculpture, wonderful sculpture. All right, so the data set that we used was basically physical and green space, the lack of additional physical green space, and also the air quality. And what we did say is that we wanted to create more passive open space available for children and families, reduce the heat island, provide shade and clean air for both humans and animals, positive green space, basically neighborhood pocket parks. So that everybody can just walk to a pocket park in their neighborhood, right? For humans and animals, you love it, animals, yes. See, that's what we did.
Yes. Right, so for our last group, nuestro último grupo. Anybody like to present? ¿Alguien va a presentar?
The lead called LeBron. Ladies, I know the girl is if you call LeBron. Thank you. It's simple. No.
Nosotros hablamos sobre educación. En el Distrito Escolar Unificado de Access tuvo los puntajes más altos de competencia en matemáticas. Que nuestros niños tienen más ayuda a las escuelas con programas que les ayudan a graduarse y sentirse tan felices como este pavo real.
So we did ours in education, and we talked about the materials to comprehend like math with our children that need more help in school programs. And we did a peacock, so that way they can graduate also and feel happy when they graduate.
All right, so I hope I'm gonna take a picture of these, so by the way, please don't, like sit on them or something. It definitely was, this is great data to capture for us and for our. All right, so now that our activity is concluded, we are gonna still take a picture of your sculptures, but we're gonna move on to our next part of our activity here with Rob.
Great job, everyone. Great job. I told you it would make data fun, right? How fun was that, right? You got to make it understandable a little bit more when you start picturing it. So we're going to move on now. First of all, we want to applaud you, our Best Star partnership. We want to do a video of our showcasing of what we have done in Best Star for the last 6 or 7 months. We've had a lot going on here at our Best Start AV. And so this is just a video showcasing what we have done, what we've accomplished, and to applaud you, because this is a part of our partnership. That's you all. You are the partnership. So a lot has taken place. So I'm gonna ask Stephanie to start our video. Enjoy it.
Hi, thank you Children's Bureau for hosting this event. I really had a good time. The boys have the voice. Thank you so much for hosting this event. Thank you so much.
The food is great. They have ice cream. They have face painting. They have so many resources here. It's awesome. Thank you, Children's Bureau.
Thank you, Children's Bureau, for hosting this. We're having a good time.
Hey, thank y'all for having us. Thank you for the children group. So we appreciate we have a good time. We come in every time. We're new. Thanks for the festival for the community.
Hi, I'm Tashi and I'm with AV Cup. Today we learned about parent workshops, sign, say, and play, circle time, all the new sign language to teach the babies, which will also benefit with AV Cup and what we do in the community.
Hello everybody, I'm Gary Enriquez. I just took the baby science class, loved it. I can't wait to go back and implement it. I'm very grateful and I'm so thankful that I was able to come in and be able to learn and be able to then now share it with everybody at the district.
Hello, my name is Leafy Harper from Harbor Haven and Best Start, and I came here to Baby Signs and it was great. I learned so much. What I'm going to use with this information is I'm going to put it towards my daycare when it's open. I'm going to give it to people in the community. Thank you so much, Best Start, for all you do for us in the community.
So I just took the Baby Signs program class from Best Start and it was a super informational program. I'm really excited to start using some of this sign language in my therapy, and I'm so excited to see how people will be able to use this in the community and help foster language growth in their pre-verbal kiddos. It's so great to see kids getting a jump start on language. Thank you, Best Start.
So a lot has taken place and a lot of good things have happened, the classes, the events, the trainings, and that is our purpose, because we are focused on bettering our community, especially from 0 to 5. And these things that are, especially, I love that baby sign, and it was so impactful, and so many people enjoyed it. Carla, I want you to come up because you were so instrumental in bringing a lot of these trainings here, and what we're continuing to do for our partnership and bettering our partnership with educational things that's coming up. In fact, I know we have our committees, but I just want you to say a few things because of what the events have meant to a partnership and the trainings that you were so instrumental in making sure that we were able to get here in the Antelope Valley. So I'm gonna turn this over.
Did you guys catch my blood, sweat, and tears in there?
Yeah.
Just kidding. It wasn't only my blood, sweat, and tears. I really want to thank our partnership members who have also been very consistent in supporting this work. Miss Tez, I see you. Miss Kelly, Miss Day, Miss Gloria, Miss Nancy, every single time that you guys come to these meetings, to the partnership meetings, and when you participate in these events, it's so important because as you guys were sharing earlier, when you're informed, when you participate, when you take ownership of this work, you're able to then share that with the community, right? And you get to tell others how impactful this work can be, not just for yourself, but for the entire AV, right? And more importantly, for our youngest residents, our little 0 to 5-year-olds who are just starting their life journey. Yes, we absolutely brought a lot. We brought a lot, and it has been a phenomenal year. From I want to say like August when I got involved here. The amount of trainings that we've been able to bring, really a lot of that has been thanks to the partnership as well and the conversations that we have had in those meetings. When we talk about the importance of as parents being able to support our little ones. And sometimes feeling like, well, who's gonna teach us, right? Where can we learn some of the best practices? It's hard. It's hard when we don't have classes kind of like everywhere, right at our disposal. So it's so important that you continue to come to these partnership meetings, that you continue to voice what you feel, what are the resources that you feel are most needed for our youngest residents here in the AV. With that in mind, I think we can skip on to the next slide.
It would be for her.
Oh, okay, just kidding. I'll give the mic back to Steph, but I did want to share that we have a lot more coming up. And so again, before I get into that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic over to Steph because we do want to really recognize those who have been a part of the partnership and have continued to be here.
Hi, everyone. Again, thank you all for coming. And again, thank you for all the work that you guys have been putting in. Not even the last 6 months, but the past year. You may have received an email, titled A Gift for You. So if you did receive that email, it's because you did sign a partnership form and you are now a Best Start AV partner. And that's why you're here today. So we want to definitely celebrate you and also, give you small incentives. Well, they're not small, they're big, because that's the Best Start AV Welcome Committee put together. So whenever you guys have time at the end of this meeting, if you guys could go ahead and walk to this back corner right here, and we're gonna have Tess, and Kelly doesn't know yet, but Kelly too, hand out, these welcome kits to you. Again, they're gonna have small incentives, but also it's gonna have a binder that contains all the work that we have been explaining to you guys, the framework, the data maps that we've been reviewing, the state of the child report. And it's also, these are your binders, so you guys could bring them every regional meeting. That's what we want them for, so you guys could really just start reading over it. They're gonna have dividers. I didn't put the dividers in, so you guys can kind of separate how you guys want to separate your binder. Again, this is your guys' binder. So yeah, so they'll be over there at, whenever you guys have time at the end of today's regional meeting to just go ahead and pick those up. They are gonna have you guys sign off on it too, just because we want to take notes of who has it and who doesn't have it. All right, thank you, everyone. And here's Carla.
I'm back, guys. I never left. Yeah, okay, so a lot of work has been done. A lot of work will continue to be done. And we want you to continue being a part of it. Along with the Welcome Kids, we also want to make sure that you guys are signed up for the newsletter, so you guys are staying informed of the upcoming classes, trainings, any workshops that are offered or future meetings. We want to make sure that all of that is getting to your inbox. If you're following us on Instagram, that's another great way to stay in the know. I know some of you, I've like reached out to via text or phone call, so I'm gonna keep doing that, you guys. I wanna make sure that you guys feel involved, and I mean, this is all for you, you know, this is your space. Best Start is for you, so I wanna make sure that you guys are aware of that. Right? Do you guys feel like Best Start is for you?
Yes.
Yes, awesome, I love that. Say it again. Awesome, so a couple of things that you guys can do to get involved. I love seeing the little ones here. I love when Miss Gloria comes up here and her little one comes up to dance with her. I love seeing the little ones be able to run around, but we also recognize that it can be a little bit of a lot, right? Like so many adults and not enough toys. So one thing that we're gonna start doing is having an extension of the partnership meeting at, Imagine City, at the AV Mall. That way there's space where, you know, the adults can sit and talk and have these conversations while the little ones can go and play and have fun in the little tree house and in the little restaurant and ride the train and all that good stuff. So if you know other parents who you think would be, you know, great, might want to get involved in Best Start, and they're a little bit hesitant because, you know, can I bring my kiddo? I mean, we love having the kiddos here, but sometimes it's just that for parents, it's that wanting to make sure that they feel comfortable too. So please invite them. The first one will be July 10th.
Not even?
Pretty sure it's July 10th.
Oh, okay.
10th? Pretty sure it's July 10th, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I think the 10th is a Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? So let me
July
check the calendar.
Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, July 10th, yeah. July 10 at 10 at Imagine City. So you do have to register just like the partnership meetings. Again, we're really trying to get more parents involved. So this would be a great opportunity for them. What we talk about in these meetings is what we're gonna be doing in those extension meetings. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns about the partnership playground? Okay. Oh yeah, and you do have to register because you know, Imagine City has to keep track of like how many kiddos can go in and so on and so forth. So we just gotta track that. And then to register, you go to the link tree and you'll see the learning events and opportunities on there. You just click on there and then the registration is on there. Another thing that you guys can continue to get involved in, some of you are already involved, is the Best Start committees. Every now and then I get an email of like, I wanna be a part of the committee, I wanna be a part of the committee, but they don't, you know, the person never really comes to the partnership meeting. So it's really important that if you participate in the committees, that you're also involved in the regional partnership, right, in this meeting. Because then how do you know, like, right, how do you know what the committees are working towards if you're not informed of the partnership meeting? That is really important. So Best Start committee, the link is also on the link tree. You just have to register once, and then Stephanie is running the welcome committee, I'm doing policy, and where's David?
Is that good?
David somewhere, I don't see him, I'm blind right now, but David does data, right? So we'll be in contact with you, letting you know like, hey, meeting's coming up, and we'll be emailing you and so on and so forth, for like the next day to attend and stuff like that.
Just
And then, okay, the fun stuff, the really, really fun stuff. I think it's fun. I don't know about you guys, but I love learning. So anytime there's a workshop or a training, I get really excited. Here's what we have coming up. Trauma-informed nonviolent child raising classes. This is separate and different from the trauma-informed AV training program. This is really focused on parenting and child raising. Okay, so I know every now and then I lose my, because I'm a mother of 3 and I work from home and it gets hard during the summer, guys. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do the whole like gentle parenting and all that good stuff. I am a true believer that the more I hear it, the more I learn it, then the more I can practice it. Okay? So I really hope that you guys can join us this summer. It'll be Wednesdays and Thursdays. I won't give you guys the dates because I can't memorize all of them, guys. But we do have the flyers in the back. It's posted on social media. It has gone out via email. We want to make sure that you guys are registering so that we know how many people will be here, so that, if we're able to provide lunch, then we have a head count, so on and so forth. So that's trauma-informed nonviolent child raising classes. We're really excited to be offering this here at Children's Bureau, but surprise, we're also going to offer it in Little Rock with Save the Children. We still don't have the dates for that yet, but we're really excited because we want to make sure that we're bringing these workshops and trainings as close as possible to our community, right? And we know the AV is huge. And I live in East Congo, it takes me forever to get here. So we want to make sure we're trying to like really branch out. Once we get the dates, of course, we'll provide that. Childcare provider summer learning. We have a couple of childcare providers here. Ms. Jan, I see you. I hope you find them. This one is really geared towards early childhood educators who have a childcare business. With our CCA focusing on childcare, it's really important that we have the childcare provider's voice in the room as well, right? So we're hoping to kind of get more childcare providers involved. Those who attended the Saturday baby science EP workshop are really excited and looking forward to have more workshops through Best Start. And so we're hoping that this is something that can get them involved during the summer. This is 4 sessions. We'll have one group in English and one group in Spanish. Flyers in the back as well. And then we do have the trauma-informed AV training program. Remember, this is the community level 1 that is leading into the Train the Trainer that's coming up in September. If you have not participated in the trauma-informed AV training program, you want to make sure that you register for September. This is the last one that we're going to offer. Then we're going to build our core team that is going to build the curriculum for the AV, and then they'll roll out their trainings. But that's going to be a little bit of a process, right? So if you want to participate in the trauma-informed AV training program, September is your last chance. Okay? When is your last chance? September. Awesome. You guys are great. And then, I mentioned the partnership play group. Oh my gosh, I think that's it, you guys. You guys want more? You guys want more?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Continue to come, because we're gonna have more conversations. We have a couple of train the trainers around the corner. Oh, we have the Growing Brain Train the Trainer next week. So if you participated in the Growing Brain, in the in-person or through the webinar, you can take the Train the Trainer next week. Check in with me if you did, okay? And if you did it and you're interested, then you really do have to meet the qualifications for 0 to 3, so on and so forth. So, yeah, that one is coming up next week. We'll have a Train the Trainer on kindergarten readiness in August, but we're still not really sharing that info just yet because I'm still working on the details there, but we'll have that. And then we'll have the Train the Trainer for the non-violent child raising classes in October-ish. I'm just giving you the insight because you guys came. And I want you guys to say no, right? So again, a lot of exciting work coming in the next 6 months. We really appreciate you guys staying involved and staying in the loop, but more importantly, giving us your feedback and letting us know what more. At some point, Best Start will become a place where you guys are really making all the decisions. All right, so that's where we want to get to. You guys want to be the one? Who said no?
Who said no?
Carla, I'm gonna go. He said no. He said Carla. Oh, yeah, we have the flyers on here. Thank you. There you go. Okay. Partnership play groups, July 10, August 14, September 18, October 9, November 6. Okay, they're all on there. If you want to take a snip picture, never mind too late.
We're gonna send them to you.
The committees, again, you can get involved in the policy, the welcome, the data. And then this flyer is available in the back. Please make sure you grab one, especially if you're going to attend, because there's 10 dates. Okay, you wanna make sure you don't miss any of them. We'll be right here for this one.
Just wanted to let the deaf community know, I received an email. The Antelope Valley Deaf Friends Association has just uploaded their summer activities for movies. So that's Cinemark IMAX at the mall, and then Cinemark 22 on Avenue I will be having special movie nights where they will have the subtitles, they'll have a listing, but you have to sign up with the Facebook group in order to get the information, and they'll have special movies for the kids and adults where they'll have someone there signing as well as the subtitles for those that can read it. So, yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
But they have to sign up for the Facebook group in order for them to be a part of, so that they'll know all the activities they have just for them.
Perfect.
Great. That's our work.
No, but that was another, right?
No, this is
But-
for the deaf.
but she's a
You're-
part.
Yes. Okay, here is the flyer for our childcare provider summer learning. Please note, this is taking place at SLEA Therapies. That's on Sierra Highway. So I drove by the other day to kind of get exactly like where the location is. Passing Northrop, or maybe it's Lockheed, I can't remember which of the two buildings, giant one. Maybe like a 2 minute continue driving and it'll be like right there. The 4 days. The English and Spanish days are separate, so we'll have a Spanish group and an English group, but we only have 20 slots for each. So please make sure you register, and if you have a childcare provider, please let them know, it's free. Free, we're gonna have giveaways too.
Is that only for childcare providers or that?
The content will be geared strictly towards childcare providers, yes. But FYI, coming up in the future, we're gonna have SLEA therapies, present, advocacy training for parents.
Oh, wow.
I don't have dates yet, guys, sorry, we've been working hard to get this on the go. But it'll come. You guys have seen this one a couple of times, again, last chance September. Alright, yay, we have some great lunch for you guys today, we have some Olive Garden. Parked right outside, but before you guys get, go running, I did wanna share, please take the survey, let us know how we did today. I think today was really instrumental in making sure that we are solid on what is Best Start, who Best Start is for, what it is that we're trying to do, so that we can start building our action plan. We already said we're really focusing on childcare, what does that look like for us moving forward and why, right? All right, Ms. Tommy, did you have an answer?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Wait, one and
We ain't done yet. How many minutes do we have?
You have 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. Sorry, community announcements.
Yes, something.
Okay, my name is Tricia Pritchard from Little Rock Library, and I have giveaway on the back table there, and it is a read together kit. So those of you who are parents or grandparents, they have children 0 to 5, these are for you, or if you know somebody that would enjoy them, please take them. And also on the back table, we have flyer of calendar, the calendar of events. Calendar of events for Little Rock Library. Okay, as well as our summer discovery program information. So, this is specifically for Little Rock. If you go on LA County Library webpage, and you can click on Lancaster and Cortez, as well as Lake Los Angeles, and you can get their calendar of events, so you don't have to miss out on anything. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for the reminder.
And please take the survey.
Also, lastly, if you're here for movie tickets pickup, please see me at this table, okay? Thank you.
One last time, lunch, straight, follow Tommy A for lunch, she's leading the line right over on that, right? Miss Kelly,
So, I know we're not on the schedule, but we have a, Dan has a event for children.
Okay. I'm like, okay, put me on the spot because I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but I see at the table, which is my nonprofit, is hosting an event for girls, because we believe, like we just discussed, not just 0 to 5, sometimes it takes the whole village, the whole family. So my organization, we deal with 0 to 5, we also deal with the whole family. So in saying that, we are having a workshop, which is called Beauty is My Name. And it's an extension from the women's group, conference that we have that's called My Beautiful Self. So Beauty is My Name is for girls that are ages 10 to 18. And what it is a transformative workshop designed especially for girls and young women to develop their self-development, personal growth, and empowerment. So I do have flyers. If you want information on it, we have a luncheon, which is free to sign your girls up on July 20th. And I have information on that. So please feel free to see me for a postcard with the information. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, and I,
Yes.
The workshop will be taking place here, that start and sponsored this initiative, so we're very grateful for that. But the actual luncheon will be on the boulevard, so.
thank you, Ms. Jen. Anyone have any last community announcements?
So we have, Action for Kids has what we call a comedy improv night, and it's for families and it's free. And it's for verbal and nonverbal communication, and you actually get to be involved with the comedian that is doing the improv. And it's great fun, we've had it before, but again, it's to help families recognize how they can communicate with their kids through body language, verbal, nonverbal. It is on the 28th, which is the same day as the movie night, but if you can't go to the movie, hopefully you can come to the improv night.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms.